Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Wednesday the 28th of February 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at some overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. And I just want to flag a few points here. First of all, a little bit of weakness in the euro and sterling against US dollar yesterday. The Japanese yen remaining fairly much on the front foot, I would say, but the dollar itself getting back above 90 as far as the key dollar index is concerned. And many of those moves really could be laid at the door of Jerome Powell, the new Fed chair, and his testimony to Congress yesterday. We'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. In the world of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin had a better day and is starting to form what looks like the beginnings of a potential uptrend over the course of this week, up 3.5% yesterday. Obviously, can't take anything for granted in the cryptos, but that possibly is one to keep an eye on over the course of the trading day and the rest of the week. Right, what's on the calendar then? Events that may move the markets today. A fairly packed calendar, and we'll just run through some of the highlights, what we've seen thus far and what's to come. We've already had manufacturing PMI data out, non-manufacturing and manufacturing PMI data out of China for February. The manufacturing data showing a disappointing read of 50.3, and the non-manufacturing data also lower at 54.4. To come, we will have consumer price index data out of France at 7:45 GMT, and that is ahead of some similar numbers from Europe as a whole later on. Unemployment change data out of Germany at 9 AM GMT, and then, as I say, at 10 AM CPI data from across the Eurozone for February year on year, core and non-core. Maybe there'll be a guide in the earlier French data. Let's see how that pans out. 13:30 we'll have an important data point from the States. Gross domestic product for Q4 there out of the US preliminary reads, but nonetheless something to pay close attention to. Chicago Purchasing Managing Index data will be released at 14:45 in the US, and then at 1500 we'll have day 2 of Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress. Right, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all then, new Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress left US equities weaker and down by more than 1% overnight. Mr. Powell basically played the status quo and suggested that rate rises will be coming in a fairly gradual but ordered format, and it'd be interesting to see what he adds to that today. Prices in UK shops have fallen in February according to data from the British Retail Consortia, suggesting that inflationary pressures in the UK may have peaked. But despite this, a survey by GfK suggested that UK consumer confidence had also dipped in February. Meanwhile, in India, manufacturing PMI for February unexpectedly fell to a lowly 51.2 versus estimates of 52.8 and a prior read of 52.4, perhaps giving Mr. Modi's government something to consider. Right, food for thought then, something to take away with you into the trading day. And why not think about this? The ECB faces an ongoing battle with inflation, and ahead of today's Fed CPI data, it might be useful to look at the recent trends in that data. Weaker inflation, however, does seem to be positive for European equities. And here is the CPI data all the way back to November 16. As you can see, it has been declining over the course of the end of 2017 into 2018. But as I say, on the face of it at least, that's been positive for European equities, expressed here by this green line. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of the products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.